on the private chat, on the comments.
Right, yeah, we'll see those in a minute, I'm sure. Well, hello again, all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Ellie of Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another edition of Stout Sunday. And joining me this morning, we have Mr. Ronald J. Perry of Louisiana Beer Reviews over to my right, and Michael Kormaroff down below. I just noticed, for whatever reason, our names aren't showing up. Let me see if I can fix that.
Good morning, everybody.
There we go. All right. Yes. Good morning. Thank you guys for joining this fine Sunday morning. And we'll go ahead and get right into it here. We'll start with you, Ron. What are you drinking this morning?
Something that the Whiskey Scout gave me. It's called Imperial Cask Cuvée from Boulevard. And it is 13.1% alcohol. It is 30 international bitterness units. It's a limited release. And he gave me 2 bottles. I did one for a solo review, and I saved the other one. I saved the other one for you. I saved it for you so that you could watch me drink it. Of course, you don't get to actually taste it.
Well, fortunately, I have gotten to try that beer, and it is available. So depending on how it goes, you may inspire me to go out and buy another 4-pack today, depending on your review. All right. So, Michael Kormaroff, what are you drinking this morning, Michael?
Kalamazoo Stout from Bell's Brewing, 6% alcohol. I know it's gotten mixed reviews on various other Stout Sundays we've had, and it's, according to the bottle, their original 1988 recipe. The brewery is in Comstock, Michigan, which is in the greater Kalamazoo area. Kalamazoo is the big city in that part of Michigan. It says on the top, stout brewed with brewer's licorice. And all the Bell's products have a 6-month duration that's acceptable to them. I'm not sure that's acceptable to me, but that's what they're setting as their time limit on the back. So this one was packaged on the 12th of January, 2021. So it's well within their limit. I would say even a 6% one could last longer than 6 months, but they're entitled to set up their own system that they do. And I think all their beers, even their IPAs that are more hoppy, are also 6 months. So that's how their system is set up.
Well, that's too bad. You said same recipe since 1988. I thought maybe with the updated label would come an improved recipe, but sounds like they haven't changed anything.
I think I've liked this better than most people who I've seen review it, but I'm going to try it again.
Right. We were talking about this before we actually started the show, but I actually enjoyed the stout. I was disappointed because, as you mentioned, when you read the label, they put right there on the label, brewed with brewer or made with brewer's licorice. So it's kind of misleading because you're expecting that flavor, and I never got any. So
right, but it seems like it's more the intention for smoothness than it is for the taste. But again, it's like anything else, it misleads people who expect it to taste like that too, and it doesn't.
Right. All right.
You say strap, so strap liquor, so it's not straight licorice. You know, it's not like you find red licorice or black licorice that you eat.
Right. Cheers to Jeremy
and Ronald Sutton are there in the.
Yeah, we got Jeremy Vincent and Ronald Sutton in the chat. Good morning, fellas. Thanks for tuning in on this wonderful Sunday morning. All right, so we will wait for. Okay, there he is. Let me go ahead and pull Mr. Ronald Terrio up and let him tell us about his Cask Cuvée Imperial Stout from Boulevard. Oh,
yeah, I was here the whole time. I was just standing up, moving.
I know. I'm sorry. Let me I'm out. I'm out of the. It's been 2 weeks since I've done this, or 3 weeks. So I'm drinking this for everybody out there. This is from Cherry Street Brewing. They're out of Cumming, Georgia. This is the coconut porter. It's 6% alcohol and 22 IBUs, and I have never had it. So we'll see. We'll see what it's all about. It is, or it was, I think $10.99 for the 4-pack. These are 16-ounce cans, so not a terrible deal as far as craft beer is concerned. And it was canned on, it looks like February 15th, 2021. So it's relatively fresh as well. So there you go. All right.
Miscellaneous is in the chat as well. Good morning to Andrew.
Yes. Good morning, Miscellaneous. He's watching or listening in at work, I believe. Sunday is one of his work days. So cheers to you, Drew. Thanks for stopping by. All right. Now we can go to Mr. Terrio with his Boulevard Cask Cuvée.
Yeah, I was here the whole time. I was just moving stuff around and doing things like that. So hello to Jeremy, Ronald Sutton, Miscellaneous Magnets. Don't forget, Wednesday night, get your Corona Familiar, and to Michael and John Anili. All right. So this was given to me by the Whiskey Scout. And when he visited this year. And we can't get this in Louisiana, to maybe in Shreveport, North Louisiana, but I've never seen Boulevard around here in the New Orleans area or Baton Rouge area. But I'm never in really North Louisiana, so I don't know what is up there. It could be a whole different lineup for all I know. Wouldn't be shocked. But because they're closer to Oklahoma and Arkansas and Texas, really. Nice smoke. So I'm putting it in a snifter. There's a lot of sediment at the bottom. We'll get that later. But so here it is. Very dark brown. Thin head. Beige head. But that's typical for these kind of things. You won't get a lot of foam on them. Don't believe.
Yeah, 13.1%. A lot. You're lucky to get any head at all with that.
I want to read a few facts about it. It won't take long. It says it's a blend of 5. I think I'm hearing a little feedback. It might be coming from Michael's end. Sometimes he gets that little. It's a blend of 5 different stouts, 5 different imperial stouts. And they age them in 5 different barrels from 8 months to almost 2 years. So they say it's a blend of 18% Templeton rye whiskey barrels. I've never had Templeton rye. 23% Madeira wine barrels. I've had some Madeira wines before. And 59% Buffalo Trace, Basil Hayden's, and Heaven Hill bourbon barrels. So then you got a 59% that's cut 3 ways. Our lead barrel wrangler, Ryan, had this to say about it. Well, I'm not going to read all that. But and they released it starting on December 7th in Kansas City with other markets to follow, not including my market. Now, the malt bill, pale malt, crystal malt, dark malts, oats. So it has oats in it. Hops, Magnum, Chinook, and Bravo. And so I wanted to give you that information. Yep, Stout is back, Johnny boy. Now, Jeremy's obsessed with that little creative thing he did. So now he can't break away from it. It's taken over his mind. It's taken over his mind and his psyche and his existence. But we're all part of it too. He's infected us with it. But just think what happens this year later when McRib is back, Johnny boy. We'll just go through the whole cycle again and just keep talking about it, making little references to it, and apparently never getting bored with it, which is really fun. Really fun. It's like Imperial Stout. You just don't get bored with them. But if you drink too much, you might get sick from them.
Right. Especially at 13.1%. You got to be careful with that.
I had a little I had a very bad experience this week. Oh man, it was not planned out. Like, I didn't say party time, Louisiana beer reviews, baby, because you know how I am. I'm like, okay, now the nerd is going to review the next beer. You know how I am. It's kind of like people are like, oh wow, what a party animal, So I was just analytically going through the different stocks, and I had a little misstep there, a little bad planning, I guess you call it. Ouch. I guess that's it for the intro. I don't know if you want me. I didn't know if you wanted me to go through the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I am
writing some bad things about me, I'm sure. All right.
You could just go through the whole thing. It's just the three of us.
Okay.
I already got you presented, so yeah, just go for it. We've already introduced what we got. So
just the three of us. All right. Now
I'll tell you what. Let's do it like this. Since there we go.
Let's do it like this. Let's do it like that. Let's do it like the other way. All right. Just the three of us will make it if we can. Now, well, you can imagine, I'm in the South, John Neely's in the South, and Michael's up there in the North. But you can imagine all the barrel action going on here. All these different kind of bourbon barrels, rye barrels, Madeira barrels, all 5 different stouts. It's a melange. Is that a good idea to mix all these different kind of barrels? Well, I don't know if it's a good idea, but they did it. And you get the dark roasted malts on the nose. You know you're going to get that. Now in the flavor, you get the chocolate. No, they don't use chocolate. You get the barrel action, the wood. You know what a bourbon barrel is going to impart. You get a thick, heavy body, a little syrupy mouthfeel, kind of a sweet finish. This thing, man, you cannot. I mean, I guess you could if you were out of your mind, or you made bad decisions like I did Thursday. But I could not see drinking this thing too fast. It is sippable. It is not what you would call, like people say, drinkable. You want a beer that's drinkable? Go buy a 12-pack of Busch Light, okay? Then you can just drink and drink it. This thing, don't do it. It's like they're saying luxurious, fancy pants and all of that. I have a feeling that it's pretty expensive. I don't know. I didn't buy it. He gave it to me. The Whiskey Scout was really generous. He gave me these incredible gifts. But my thinking is that a 4-pack will probably cost a lot of money.
I'll tell you what it costs here. It's probably comparable out where Robert is. So it's it comes in a 4-pack. And here in Georgia, I got mine for $12.99, which I think is a steal for that beer.
So $3.20. Let's see. So half of that, let's say it's 13. Half of that is $6.50. Half of that is $3.25. Well, that's not too bad. $3.25.
I didn't think so. I mean, for a 5, you said 5 different barrel aged imperial. I mean, Stout. I thought it was a steal for what you're getting.
Yeah, I mean, look at KBS. They want over $5 a bottle.
Jay, what's the alcohol presence in it? Is it overly boozy or not so much?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's funny because that thing I drank Thursday was a booze bomb, and I was still like a fool drinking it. Oh.
Hey, Shane Fudge, if you're
I'm gonna have flashbacks.
Hey, come on in, Shane Fudge. We know you got some good stouts lying around.
I know. We're planning to go visit him soon.
Yes, very soon.
I'm gonna have flashbacks behind that. I'm not joking, man. That was like, I felt so bad. I felt so bad. I was so sick Friday. It was bad. But anyway, and I don't do that. That's not the way I roll. But I got to get off of that. I got to let it go. In about a year or two, I'll probably be able to shake it off, like Taylor Swift. But it's
good Lord. Taylor Swift. Taylor
Well,
Swift references on Stout Sunday. That's how you know we're having a good time, folks.
well, she says, shake it off. Of course, it's funny that she would write that because she doesn't seem to be one to let things go too easily. But anyway, it doesn't really have a big booze. It's not a booze bomb, Michael. You get the whiskey barrels, but that's not like the booze part of it. You know, it's just like the taste of the whiskey barrels. I mean, if I drank this, what I think it was 13.1 if I didn't know. Well, I probably would think that it was something like that just by virtue of its heavy body. You know, you're not going to get an 8% that's going to be this thick. You would think, ain't no way that's 8%. There's something up with this thing. It's good in a way because you would never, unless you were just a total fool, just be gulping it down. I mean, it's got warning signs by the virtue of the body and just the overall presence of it that it would say, watch it, you know. But it isn't boozy tasting. It just has other little alerts that let you know that it's got to be high alcohol. Plus the fact that it's on the label.
Right. Can you tell being that it is aged in so many different barrels, is there anything that indicates to you if it wasn't on the label, would you think that it was aged in more than one barrel, like from the complexity, or is it hard to really tell a difference?
Yes, you can tell because you get the bourbon in the rye barrels. But then you get this weird sweet flavor, which I'm not so sure that's like the best flavor in this, to tell you the truth. But I didn't say it wasn't. I said I'm not sure it is. There's BC. Oh, Bazam. But there's a sweetness that you know is not coming from any kind of rye or whiskey barrel. That's the Madeira wine, which is a dessert wine.
Right.
And like port, you got port, sherry, and Madeira. I'm thinking of the second bad experience in the last 5 years. Oh, wow, that port wine. Oh, but that was us. That was us. I didn't know how David operated, so I was like wide-eyed and innocent. And he's like, "It's in 2017. Let's try this. Let's try that." And I'm thinking he's like me, you know, like we're gonna do all these little things and do our little videos, and then, oh man, that was bad. That was bad. Thursday was worse, but you do get that little peculiar, I would call it a peculiar sweetness that you would get from a Madeira wine. And Madeira is a strange type of wine. I could see that a lot of people would hate it. You know, if you're used to drinking like rosé, it's going to taste like you're drinking mud or something. You know, Madeira is like, I think it was Thomas Jefferson's favorite type of wine though, but it's pretty rough. It's kind of eating a wine more than drinking it. So this thing, it's a heavy duty, man. It's a serious product.
Okay. All right. We'll let you keep sipping on it and come back around here in a little bit. Madeira, I actually like Madeira. I remember we've examined a couple of the dessert wines, port wine, you know, sherry, the one of the Madeiras. I can't remember if it was Taylor or
Taylor.
Yeah.
I like Madeira too, but I can understand why some people just find it, you know, stomach turning. You know,
too much. Yeah, like almost borderline cloying. Yeah.
Now I think Michael would love this stout, by the way, but I can't really.
I think he would.
Let you try it because I have no way to do that.
All right, let's bring up Michael and let him tell us about his Bell's Kalamazoo.
Okay, I was going to say BC, who's on. He's in Michigan. This is from his home state.
That's right.
He doesn't live near Kalamazoo though, but he is from Michigan. And this is what this is the new packaging. It used to have a different label, but this is the new label. But this is still the 1988 version, so they've kept it for so many years. And like I said before, Stout brewed with brewer's licorice. But let me read on the back what it has to say. Named after the city where it all began, Kalamazoo Stout is one of our most classic recipes. This smooth, full-bodied stout offers a blend of aromas and flavors of dark chocolate and freshly roasted coffee, balanced with a significant hop presence. Bell is one of the companies that doesn't tell you the IBU, so I have no idea what it is, but they're saying it has a hop presence, which means maybe I'll be able to taste the hops in it. But let's get to where we are and take off the top and check it out.
I have a theory of why they changed that label.
Carefully trying to avoid an Alex pour.
I like the Alex pour. Alex pours are very similar to my pours.
I like the side pour because the head can be controlled. Where
that's why you and I will never really be that close.
Sometimes I've done it where you end up with half head and half beer, and then you have to wait till it does its thing. It sometimes takes a while. But look, we each have our own way of doing it.
Today, you and I are going to sit down and we're going to go through that whole foam.
Okay. I'm with you, Jay, that all foam does become beer. So it's not like I'm afraid of it. It's just that I'd rather have the real product right away. So the head is kind of a tannish beige color, very foamy, very bubbly in that. And let me get a nose on it. Well, you get the dark roasted malts, you get chocolate. Strong, I would say a strong aroma as a 6% stout would go. You can't smell the alcohol though.
No.
I'd almost say that the smell is smooth, but smoothness is not a nose thing. It's more of a taste thing, but kind of a little bit of smoothness in the.
Yeah, sort of a mouthfeel thing, huh?
It's a mouthfeel thing. But okay, it's time for the test. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Michael.
Cheers. I hope you like it.
I definitely like it better than other people who I've seen reviews of. So I do keep buying it. I do like it. It's not exceptional though, but it's almost like for what they're trying to do, it is accomplishing it. And if the worst thing about the product is it doesn't taste like licorice, I mean, you know, I wouldn't bother putting that on the label because it kind of is misleading. But you get the dark roasted malt in the taste as well. You get a mild chocolate, kind of like a baker's chocolate.
I did not have a problem with the licorice. That was not my issue that I took. That was not what I took issue with.
Now, I'm not getting the off Bell's taste in this one. And I've had it in some of their other products. I am not getting it in this one.
Yeah, that was my issue.
Or this time. I mean, maybe I've had that as an issue before, but I'm not getting it today. It's the same recipe, though, so there's no reason why I shouldn't if I did before, but I can't remember whether I did or not. I'm noticing also another good thing about it. Do you notice how you're getting that nice lacing on the side? So
it's pretty profound.
Which you don't get in every stout. So that's a positive thing too. I do think that I'm not a huge fan of Bell's though. A lot of their products I have found not to be that great, but this is one that I actually think is above average.
Yeah.
You can't taste the 6%. This drink's like, well, 6% is just 1% over being session, so it's not like it's way up there, but it's medium bodied and kind of like a medium mouth feel. It's not heavy, it's not light, it's somewhere in the middle. I guess I like the taste profile. I like the dark roasted malts. I like the chocolate. I'm not getting the off taste.
Good.
Now, this is not the best stout I've ever had by any stretch. And with all the barrel aged and other things we've had, but that's not what they're brewing it for. So you're not going to compare. You're not going to say, I'm going to put this up against a KBS or a CBS and be fair, because it's not fair then. It's almost like what you're saying is You expect that. It's not doing that. It's not intended.
No, you might go up against a Guinness or something, but not a KBS.
Or what's it called? Sierra Nevada Stout might be something you could compare it with.
Yeah, or Samuel Smith's maybe.
Or Samuel Smith. And I think this is comparable. I really do. And that's just my opinion. Obviously, any of this tasting, your palate is what determines whether you like something or you don't. And I guess I haven't had this in a while, so I can't even compare it to the last time I've had it. But I'm impressed with this.
Okay.
And I will come around with a number, John, when we do our second time around.
All right. Let me go ahead and add Alex here. Morning,
Yeah,
Alex.
Good morning, my brother. Told you I'd be here. Oh, or at least said a while back. Do you want
What are
me
you
to?
drinking this morning?
I'm gonna be drinking Core Third Brewing. The oatmeal something here. The see right here. The oat.
Barbaros Oat.
Yeah, so borrow. I'm guessing. I'm guessing it's a stout. I'm not sure, but or a porter.
Better not be an ESB. It better not be an ESB. I'll tell you that.
No, it's a 5% by volume of alcohol. So, I guess I could pour it up. I guess, or you want me to wait?
You can go ahead and pour it up real quick.
All right. Sorry, I came in late, Johnny boy.
You joined Stout Sunday and you don't know if you have a stout. Okay, but I'm not saying anything. I'm just making a.
Oh no, I just woke up. So I think this is
Alex, better late than never is how we look at it. And
yes,
shining face in the morning is always a privilege.
No, this is it doesn't matter as long as it's a porter or a stout.
Right. That way, if it's not a porter or stout, I will personally drive to New Jersey and take care of the problem. You know what I mean?
Keep it up. Keep it up. Yeah.
Meet you under the George Washington Bridge.
Yeah.
Meet me at the bridge. Let's go,
Alex. It is an oatmeal stout. So
it's an oatmeal stout.
It didn't say it. That's why I like it when it says stout.
Core 3.
I didn't want Jay to have to hit the road to come get you. So this way we settled it. It's an oatmeal stout. It's legal.
Yeah.
The deal. We're all set.
Yeah. It doesn't say stout, but I knew it was something. I knew it was a porter or a stout.
Oatmeal stout.
So I love oatmeal stout. So this is what it looks like. Nice chocolate dark stout, and it's the head obviously died down pretty quick. And let's see what it smells like, shall we?
Well, we'll listen to you describe it at least.
That's my brother's music. If you're hearing music, I'm gonna close my door.
It's really not.
Sorry about that.
You can't really hear it.
I thought you heard it. Okay, there we go. All right, let's continue on. Let me see what it tastes like, shall we? Cheers.
Cheers to your tasting.
The first thing you taste, you don't really taste oatmeal, really. You taste like a chocolate, or like a dark roasted beer. I mean, and I can taste a little bit of smokiness. I don't know why I would taste smokiness though.
Might be
roasted malt.
Could be that too, Johnny boy. You're correct on that. Let's see here. The mouthfeel a little light on the mouthfeel. It's not like thick like most stouts I sometimes bring on Stout Sunday.
Yeah, this is a normal, just a session for you, considering that you usually drink 11+% beers.
I always like to bring them on Stout Sunday, but again, I just woke up. I just grabbed a stout. I didn't care if it was 11% or 12%. It's a light one. Happens to be this time. Maybe next time I'll bring a strong.
Probably a good thing if you just woke up. That way, you get something in your stomach after this. Get some breakfast or lunch, and you start your day out on an empty stomach with a 12%, you know,
I'll be sick. You're correct on that.
ABS or something. You might regret it later.
Yeah, I might be having a stomachache or throwing up. You're right. True that. So far this beer has been good so far. I think I taste oats, but I'm not sure. It has a little sweetness to it too. I hear myself going back and forth here. I hear myself talking back now to myself.
Right. Yeah, I hear that too. The best part of waking up is stout in your cup. But
so far, pretty good. It's not the best beer, not the best stout, but it's not a KBS. It's not a CBS. It's not this beer here. I think I just said. So again, because that's one of the because obviously KBS and CBS and all those other beers, they're stronger than anything, so that's why it's a little different. But yeah, I would I'm gonna next time around I'm gonna give my beer give it a rating. I might not have did so many words on it because obviously, like I said, I just woke up. Stupid me, but hey, I didn't want to miss stuff on you.
All right. Well, we'll let you sip on it and think about it for a little bit, and we'll come back around.
All right, thank you, Johnny boy.
All right, let's go to yours truly with the Cherry Street Brewing Company out of Cumming, Georgia, the Coconut Porter. 6% alcohol, 22 IBUs. I poured it up just a few minutes ago. It did pour with a nice one-finger khaki head, which is dissipated. The appearance is very, very dark brown. When I hold it up to the light, I can see some brown around the edges of the glass. The aroma of this, very malt forward. You're getting that roasted barley malt right up front. Just a touch of coconut kind of in the background. Maybe a light vanilla note, but that could be the coconut as well that I'm just interpreting as vanilla. It's a very mild aroma. The roasted malt is really the lead aroma. Just a little bit of sweetness. It does say additions on the beer profile on the label. It says additions: organic toasted coconut, dates, and vanilla beans. So, okay, so toasted coconut and vanilla. So I'm getting the coconut and the vanilla, I guess. The dates, I'm not getting any dark fruit action on the nose with this. Maybe on the palate, I'll pick up on some date action. That would be nice, actually. Sounds pretty good. Okay, so I'm ready to dive in here. Cheers, guys.
And Johnny boy, did you ever have that coconut stout? Because you know I love my coconut beers. You've known that.
Cheers, John.
You do.
cheers to your drinking.
Yes. Did you ever have that before, John, or that's your first time with that beer?
This is my first time with this beer.
Oh, okay. Surprising.
So roasted malt right up front, very roasty, toasty, bready, dark toasted bread notes. Not burnt, but very, very dark and roasty. One other thing really quick, I noticed on the label here, it's actually considered a London porter, which if you've had London porters, that's what this is. It reminds me of. It's got that really robust porter flavor. The coconut is there, but it's very, very minuscule amount of coconut. Vanilla, maybe just a slight vanilla note. Nothing, no dark fruit notes coming through. Nice creamy mouthfeel. Carbonation is actually on the higher end of light with this. It's got a good amount of carbonation for a darker beer. Now, this is a porter, not a stout, so that may explain a little bit more carbonation as well, just because it's not quite into that full-bodied range that you get with a lot of stouts. I'm really enjoying this. As you guys know, I love coconut and beer, so when you call, you know, you got the big coconut on the label, coconut porter, maybe a little bit more coconut would have been nice. But it's definitely an enjoyable beer. It's got a creamy finish. It's not really a dry finish because of the addition, I guess, of the vanilla, the coconut. I don't see anything on here about lactose. They actually have the ingredients listed on the label. It says North Georgia mountain water, barley, hops, natural flavors, yeast, and love. So
that means that they didn't actually put coconut in it, even though they say natural flavors.
well, natural flavors, but then it says additions, organic toasted coconut. So they do coconut in it.
Awesome beans. Now,
That's
the
just
coconut.
that. Go ahead, Alex.
The coconut, though, to me, tastes like vanilla. I don't know if I'm wrong about that.
Well, they put both in. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. So it is kind of hard to differentiate sometimes in beer between coconut and vanilla, especially if they're both in the beer, because especially toasted coconut, it does kind of have that little sweetness to it in combination with the roasted malt. But I can definitely taste the toasted coconut in here. It's the vanilla that's kind of in there that's like, well, I don't know if this is part of the coconut flavor or if this is vanilla. But because they actually add vanilla to the beer, I'm going to assume that it is the vanilla. Okay, so
John, I have a
it's a
question.
good beer.
John,
Yeah.
if you were drinking this and blind and didn't know what it was, could you differentiate between whether it's a porter or a stout?
I would say I think I would. This drinks like a porter. It's not. It doesn't quite have that full body. It's the increased carbonation as well kind of gives it away for me. And yeah, it just doesn't quite have that stout feel for me. So yeah, I would say this definitely falls into the porter range. Now there's some other porters that are hard to tell. Like for example, the Founders Porter is very robust and rich, and that one could be easily confused with a stout. If you didn't know what you're getting into, you would think, hey, this is a stout beer, but not so much with this one. It's not thin on the body. It just doesn't have that stout feel to me. So. All right, I will come back around here in a little bit with a rating. Let's go back to the chat real quick. We've got Happiness Without Guilt. I was in the chat. Cheers. Cheers to you. I guess he doesn't like coconut because he's got a little coconut emoji and then a barf emoji. So I'm gonna interpret that as he's not a coconut fan. FACP Monitoring. He's actually down there in Louisiana. He picked up an Abita d'Auberge. I never heard of that. Abita d'Auberge cake stout the other day, but have yet to try it.
Did you say d'Auberge?
I
never had it. Never heard of it.
I did a review of the Abita d'Auberge cake.
What is that, legendary Ron Terry? What kind of cake is it? Like a special cake, and they made a beer about it? Would you tell me about that?
D'Auberge cake is maybe like 10 layers of thin cake. And in between each layer is either chocolate pudding or lemon pudding.
Oh.
All the way to the top. And then they put a layer of chocolate on the outside and lemon on the outside. And then there's a hard chocolate and lemon coating on the outside. So if you like chocolate and lemon pudding and cake and more chocolate, it's pretty popular here at d'Auberge. Yeah, I tried it. I got a review I'm going to post eventually.
I'm going to see if I can find. I know I can get Abita's beer, so I'm going to see if I can get that cake beer. I want to try it myself.
It just came out last week. Just hit the mark.
Oh, awesome beans.
All right,
8%.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a strong beer. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go back around here. I'll start back with Michael Kormroth, and let's get a rating, or final thoughts and ratings on the Bell's Kalamazoo Stout. Same, or new look, same great
Okay,
taste.
the only thing that I did not comment on before was the hop presence, which I am getting. So there is a slight hop presence. It's not strong. And if I was going to guess the IBUs, I would say maybe about 40. It's not an extremely
Okay.
hop beer, or as far as being bitter, but it had some bitterness in it. But I am enjoying it, and I'm going to say that it is an A beer, and I'm giving it a 94.
Nice.
Good.
That seems like an improvement upon the last time you had it. 94. That's
But
a pretty solid A right there.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of the aged beers that Legendary Michael has done. Isn't it?
I actually should look through some. I actually have stuff I've written down. Everybody knows I have my books. It might be hard to find, but I should look to see what I rated it the last time I did it. But it was
Michael, did you age this beer though? Did you
No,
age this one?
Okay. I bought it in the co-op about 3
Oh,
years.
okay.
I did not age it. It was made in middle of January, according to this. So it's the 12th, not early January. So it's a little more than 2 months old.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fresh, I'm sure.
All right. And it seems to be going down nicely. It's almost gone there.
That's all that's left.
All right. So 94 out of 100 in the books. Mr. Ronald Terrio with that Imperial Cask Cuvée. I have a feeling that this one is going to be even higher than a 94. That's just a prediction. What do you think, Ron, of the Boulevard Imperial Cask Cuvée?
Well, just to let you know, talking about Alex in New Jersey, I hyped it up with something from New Jersey. This is called Bankers Club.
I'm assuming it's a whiskey. I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's bottled in Scobeyville, New Jersey, which is rural. It's a family-owned company. It's probably about 30 miles southwest of Michael by air. Now, if Michael had to drive there, it'd probably take an hour. Probably
Now,
less. Central New Jersey.
What's it called again? Bakersfield? Never heard of it.
Bankers
Club.
Baker's Club. Okay.
I bought it down here. But anyway, I've added a little bit to this.
You've added more. Oh, my God.
I mean, only talking about half an ounce. You know what I mean? No.
It would still be considered a cuvee, Jay. Just by putting in anything, it becomes a cuvee.
Right, I'm making it more cuvee.
He's just giving it more extra flavor.
Bumped it up to about 13.8%.
Yeah,
14%.
14. Well, I don't know if it improved it. It gave it a little bit more whiskiness because literal whiskey added. I would like to go to Laird's in Scobeyville, New Jersey, because they're famous for their Applejack, but they do produce a whole assortment of liquor.
Did you see Applejack? Thank you. I'll take a look at that, Ron Terry. I tell you, all my YouTube friends seem to keep me busy, man.
Yeah, they
The Applejack. You talking about the Applejack rum, right?
Applejack brandy. Laird's is famous for
brandy.
Applejack.
Yeah, brandy. I've tried that. I really enjoyed that.
They have their own.
I might have a review coming up. I actually have a bottle. So
you have a bottle of Applejack. Okay, that's cool.
We got a lot of Laird's. We got a lot of Laird's products down in Louisiana, but I've never tried Applejack. But it's pretty popular. But anyway, I guess that's where the breakfast cereal Apple Jacks comes from. But of course, it doesn't contain brandy. Anyway, huh? No, I wouldn't dream of doing it.
You put some Applejack in your Apple Jacks in the morning. That's a good
keep
start.
It up, John.
No, I'll stick with milk. I don't think it really improved it, but like I said, I only put the tiniest little bit. Well, it's full body. It's strong. I would beg and plead and implore people never to drink more than one of these. I mean, spiking it with half an ounce of Bankers Club whiskey. Well, that's not a big deal. But I'm gonna give it one more sip and I'll give it a score. I think that's fair to give it 100 out of 100.
I would agree with that. I think I gave it a 98 or 99, so I'm right there with you. It doesn't get much better than that in the barrel aged stout world, unless I mean, only a couple of names come to mind, and one of them is Founders, the other one is Goose Island. So
I was on the phone with my daughter for a second. What was Jay's score?
he gave it 100.
Full 100. Okay, got it.
Yep.
All right. So, Alex, what about you? You got a rating for your
Well, I'm gonna.
core
It's
three?
a good beer.
No.
It's a good beer. I'm gonna give it an 86. It's good beer. It's not the best beer, but I'll give it an 86. It's good enough to drink again if I want, because I like every stout anyway. It's just
You're just being spoiled on all the KBS and the all the
John,
high end stuff lately.
you're not innocent either. You're doing the same thing. So we're both being spoiled by this nonsense.
Didn't you buy that KBS that you held up? That was an original KBS, didn't you? Did you just buy a 4-pack of the regular KBS?
You're pretty slick. You're right. You can read my mind. Yeah, it is 12%. I don't know what year it is. I think it's. Oh, I think that says 21.
Bottled on February 2nd, 2021.
Look at him.
So have you ever had the regular KBS? Or will this be your first time trying the original KBS?
I just had it earlier. I just had it the other day. Just one, and I think to me it's pretty tasty. Very tasty. I mean, I might have had it again a while back. I could check my Instagram. I'll check that later. But I think I did have it. I think it is on my Instagram, but it doesn't matter. It's still a good beer. I could pretend I'd never tried it, and it's very tasty. Is it better than the other KBSs? No, but they're all good in their own way. I mean, I don't think this is barrel aged, if I remember correctly.
It is.
Okay, so that's why it's
barrel-aged.
delicious. That's why it's still delicious then. But like I said, as we discussed the other day, Johnny Boy, it's not going to beat up with the Mackinac fudge we had and the CBS and the KBS espresso. I don't think it's going to beat that. But all of them together are delicious either way. But which one? My favorites are what I've gotten in the past. I like the KBS, not the KBS. I do like that, but I like the CBS and the Mackinac fudge, as you know, because I drink that for a freaking month. So that's
What is your score again for today's beer?
86.
86. Oh man. Oh well.
Stay tuned for examination from me and Johnny Boy with the KBS
Right,
once the Johnny Boy gets.
I can get the KBS. I saw KBS in the store the other day, but I think
I know you said that.
I don't think it's the 2021 though. It's just the same old 2020 that's been sitting on the shelf for the last 6 months. But I'll have to look into that and see if it's the 2021 or if it's last year's version.
I'm also gonna buy the breakfast stout probably tomorrow. So I hope you can try to get that as well. I know you can get that.
That one is year-round offering, so it's not. It should be pretty fresh.
I can get that whenever then. Okay, we're good then. Thank you.
Okay, so
thank you, John.
I am going to give this coconut porter from Cherry Street Brewing. I'm going to give it a 93. It's just getting into that A range, that solid A range. It's not, and maybe it's just because I've been drinking more stouts lately. It doesn't have the body that I'm looking for, and it does lack a little bit of that coconut flavor, which I was really hoping to get a lot of. Obviously, with the label and the coconut porter designation there, I was expecting a little bit more coconut, but it's still an excellent porter. It's just I would like more coconut and maybe a little bit of date. It would have been nice. And they don't really advertise that. It's just kind of a little spot on the back where it says they put dates in it, but the coconut is the supposed to be the star of the show, and it's there, but it's more of just like a traditional, London porter. It does have a nice hop presence. I don't think I mentioned that. It does have a nice bittering finish, which kind of detracts a little bit from the coconut and the vanilla. It kind of cuts through some of that sweetness. So maybe it's a little bit more balanced in that sense, but still, I want more of a coconut punch with a coconut porter. I expect that coconut to be the lead flavor, and it's there, but it's definitely not the lead. But still an excellent beer, 93 out of 100. I would recommend it. The price wasn't too bad. It's a quality beer for sure. So.
Oh, Johnny boy, I forgot to say my Food Friday. My Food Friday is pizza. Bring any pizza you want.
Yeah,
Johnny
we're going to go around here. We've all given our ratings here, so we're going to go around. And if anybody has a quick show and tell or they want to say what's coming up on the channel, now would be the time. We got 10 minutes, and we're shutting it down.
All right. No, I guess who wants to start?
Go ahead, Alan.
Okay. Well, actually,
you've already go ahead. You got Food Friday. So what's the theme for Food Friday this week?
I got this today. I got this yesterday. I can tell you that. I'm looking forward to trying
pineapple.
that.
Whoa. Okay, I haven't seen that one yet. I've had the strawberry lemonade one.
Here. Yeah, it's the version of pineapple instead of the strawberry. Strawberry one's delicious. I heard that this is good too. So that's what my brother.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
Well, it should be there soon, then, or it should be already there. I hope. So my Food Friday is pizza. You bring any pizza you want. Johnny Boy can bring, quote, I never tried it yet. My favorite saying, Hungry Howie's. He can bring that if he wants or whatever. And pizza. And then I don't know what I'm going to bring, and then we'll bring whatever beer you want to bring with the pizza.
All right. I think Jay is maybe going to get something. Michael, you have anything coming up as far as
nothing for me specifically, but tomorrow is Malty Monday, and we're going to be doing Vienna lagers. And I have a local product in Brooklyn with an interesting label. Can everybody see it? The brewery is
Yeah, you know what? Okay. So Trish actually, she does Instagram, and I'm pretty sure that's one of the breweries that she got some free beer from them. I'm almost positive. I remember seeing pictures of that label.
Okay, they have labels.
Okay, cool.
Their labels are all similar to this, but this one is El Tren Repito, which is a Mexican-style Vienna lager at 4.7%. So I know that a lot of the people tomorrow will have your classic. Jay, I know you're going to be included tomorrow in the Malty Monday.
Yeah.
And so this is at least different. And I've been to the brew pub where this comes from too. It's in Bushwick / East Williamsburg, Brooklyn kind of area. And I'm sure as things are starting to reopen, you can actually go to the place, to the bar itself, and drink the beer there. You just have to be social distance. This was canned on the 10th of February, which means it's just a little over a month old. And I'm excited to try it. I've tried other KCBC. It stands for Kings County, which is where Brooklyn is, Brewing Cooperative.
Nice.
Brewing Collective, not cooperative, collective. If you do talk to Trish across social media, you could ask her if it is KC.
I'm going to ask her about it. I'm pretty sure she posted a picture with like 2 or 3 of their beers recently. I think they sent it. I'm pretty sure they sent her the beer. I'll ask her about that because that looks very familiar. All right, Mr. Terrio, what is coming up? What's on the agenda for Louisiana Beer Reviews? I know you got some exciting taste challenges. And of course, we've got Wednesday. We've got Corona Familiar this Wednesday. What else? Anything we should know about?
Well, I have the whiskey taste challenges coming up the rest of this month. Then we're going to go to Canadian whiskey, but I've got American blended. So we'll see how that goes. And I got Crown Royal Black. So Crown Royal Black is coming up soon. I'm going to do a solo review. I've never tried it in my life. It's 90 proof. It's something that maybe somebody might want to do a duo examination of. I don't know. But anyway, tomorrow night,
I might do it with you if I
black
get it.
and the XO, or I got both the black and the XO. So let me know.
Yeah, Crown Royal
I'll
Black.
do
Well, I'm telling you right now, Crown Royal Black is the next one in play for
Okay.
Canadian.
Then you got to get the
Now,
XO too. That's my favorite. The XO is my favorite. Actually, you got to get
I'm
your
planning
bottle
to
of
get
that.
it. I'm planning, but it might be a good while. If you saw my back stock, well, you've seen it. All right, it's worse now. All right, here's Cerveza Modelo Negra. This is for
I
tomorrow
have
night.
never seen it. Never seen it in the cans. We only get it in the bottles here. That's a pretty cool. Now we do get the regular Modelo, the white label in the cans, and the Chiladas. I have never seen the Modelo Negra in cans.
Yeah,
I don't know why. But
we've been getting these for a few years now. They're coming up. We're only one state away from Mexico, so these are in 24-ounce cans, so it's very convenient to measure it out. And 5.4% alcohol. Bumpy Road said it does count as a Vienna lager, so I was glad to hear that.
Knows it all. He knows everything.
Wednesday, well, he knows many things. I don't know of anybody that knows everything, but Wednesday, Corona Familiar, 4.8% alcohol. It's now a different recipe. At first, it wasn't a different recipe, but now it actually is a different recipe. And that's coming up. Shows you 4.8.
What is it called? Corona Pierre Menard or something? Let's see if I can get it tomorrow. Enjoy.
Familiar.
Familiar. Okay.
familiar. Like familiar.
Yeah,
but
familiar. Okay, familiar. Okay.
Yeah, it means like family portion. But and then well, that's it. We got Wild Card Wednesday if y'all want to join that, or if you want to join one hangout at the same exact time. That's dedicated to a specific brand. We got Corona Familiar, and then Alex's Food Fridays, and then Stout Sunday next week.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, Ron Taylor, I really hope we meet this year or next year. I hope we can make plans on that sometime.
Probably will. We probably will. Probably will.
Awesome beans, brother. Awesome
Probably
beans. Yeah,
will.
I'm looking forward to actually trying that Kingfish beer about Huey Long.
Kingfisher,
No,
yeah.
not Kingfisher, Kingfish. It's from Chafunka Brewery. It's in
No,
your
it's
state.
called Kingfisher. It's called Kingfisher Cream Ale. I don't know what you're talking about, Kingfish. Yeah.
All right, let me look this up. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
you got
Alex,
that.
we can we'll
Get off
go
that
ahead
on-
and we can talk.
Okay.
Yeah, we wrap. We'll
John,
keep talking
before
off
we get
air.
Before
Yeah.
we get off, I have a question for you too. After either the Corona Familiar or the Wild Card Wednesday, are we going to do our solo review as well? And
Yeah,
and-
we can.
and-
Yeah, whichever one you want to do. If you want to do one of the ones I sent you, or we could do the. I mean, I've been dying to get into the Coquito Cowboy. I don't want on to that for too long. That excites me. The 15.4% coconut. There you go again. Talking about coconut. Coconut.
that's another coconut.
Imperial.
Coconut.
All right, we can keep
A
in
coconut
touch.
rum barrel aged Imperial Stout.
We can keep in touch via texting and decide during the week because we still have a few days.
Yeah, we'll figure it out though. But yeah, we'll be doing something. Also, I will let everybody know when this happens, but we're looking at the Founders Panther Cub at some point. So if we can get that,
I can get
save
that.
it.
I'm good.
Right. It's still going to be a few weeks. I'll give everybody plenty of notice because I know Bumpy wants to join. Robert the Whiskey Scout, maybe. I know Ron's should be getting it down there in Louisiana soon, Alex. So we'll let you know about that. But that one's coming up because Michael's got a bottle of that as well. And then I was thinking about doing the Boulevard thing, but I have to wait. And Robert really wanted to do that, so I'll have to hear back from him, and we might set something up for that as well.
What
anyway,
boulevard I need to look for, John? What boulevard I need to look for?
The one that Mr. Terrio did today, Imperial Cask Cuvée.
Okay, thank you.
That's the one that Robert mentioned to me about doing because he was very excited. He really enjoyed it. And I told him, I said, well, I got a 4-pack. So he said, well, let's do it. So, but I hadn't, he's been busy with work lately. I know he's back on the job site doing his traveling a lot for work now. So that may not happen for a while, but we'll see. We'll
It
play
doesn't
by
matter.
ear.
It's still a stout. It won't go bad.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not worried about it going bad or anything. I'm just saying it's, I don't know when Robert's going to be able to do it. Okay, we're going on an hour here, so we'll go ahead and wrap this up. I want to thank my illustrious panel for joining me this morning. Really appreciate it. Thanks to all the great people in the chat. We wouldn't be here without you guys. Had some great comments today and some people drinking some wonderful stouts along with us, it sounds like, as well. So that'll do it for this edition of Stout Sunday. Hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. Enjoy your beer. Enjoy your March Madness, maybe. I think there's some good games on today. Whatever it is that you do, enjoy yourselves, be responsible, and we'll see you here all on the next one. Until then, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.